All right, here we are at section 4.2, day 1. We're spending a couple of days on this section. Let's remember what we did last week. So I'm going to look here at number 2. Again, anything I'm putting up here, you should be putting in your notes. So last week we talked about right in slope-intercept form. So that is y equals mx plus b. So we look here, give you the slope, give you the y-intercept. What's the equation? There you go. So when I give you the slope and I give you the y-intercept, pretty quick, pretty easy. Hopefully you've got the hang of that by now, because now we're going to kick it up a notch. I'm going to give you different pieces of information. I am not going to give you the y-intercept today. All right? Write this in your notes. It is called point slope form. So last week we had slope intercept form because I gave you the slope and I gave you the intercept. Now you're going to be getting a point and a slope, all right? Or sometimes 2 points, but we'll talk about that. So here it is written out twice for you. Notice it still has m in it because it will be giving you a point. And now the point that I give you, I'm sorry, it will give you a slope, so that's your m, sorry. The point that I give you will be going into these two locations, the x1 and the y1. And we'll show you how it's going to work right here. All right, so write equation point slope form. Line that passes through, so it's telling you it goes through this point and it has this slope. All right, so our new formula looks like this. Our new form of the equation looks like that. We always want to write that at the beginning to get us thinking and to get us working in this spot. So now it tells us the slope is 1/4. So I am automatically going to put 1/4 right there. That's easy. Y minus y1. You don't ever substitute for this first y. You only substitute for the one with the subscript on it. So it's y minus y1. So here, again, my coordinates are always x, y, x1, y1. Okay? So y1 right here is 3. I put the slope in already. Don't substitute for the first x. I substitute for the second one. Minus, my x1 is -8. Now, some of you are good with the negatives and you're quick and you're sharp and you know that minus negative is going to turn into plus. Some of you don't, okay? Write it out first couple of times till you get the hang of it. All right, now we are 2 steps away from finishing this problem. One step is distribution. That's the first thing you're going to do. Don't touch this side over here. When I distribute, 1/4 times x is just 1/4 x. That's all you need to write. Minus negative is plus. 1/4 times 8. Most of you aren't good at the fractions. Get out a calculator. 1/4 times 8 is positive 2. Now, I need to get the y by itself. So, and there you go. All right, so we wrote the equation in point slope form, and then we did 2 steps, distribution and get y by itself to get it into slope intercept form. Now, make sure you read the directions carefully to the assignments. Sometimes it will tell you to write it in point slope form. And if you write it in point slope form, you're done. You don't have to do the other 2 steps. So read the directions to see what form they want you in. This is point slope form, okay? You'll have to put a plus here to finish it out, but you're done. This is slope intercept form, y equals. So make sure you read the directions carefully to see which form they want you to write your answer in. All right? Next. So this one says in point slope form. I know the other one did too, but here we go. I don't like the green. So do your substitutions. Y minus y1. Y minus -1. My slope is -2. X minus 3. I substitute. I put y1 in for y1. I put m in for slope. And I put x1 in for x1. Now again, my direction said in point slope form. So I would clean this up. And you're done. That's in point slope form. It didn't tell you to write it in the other format. Okay? There you go. Number 2. Again, do your substitution. The y is 0. The slope is -2/3. And the x is 4. Clean it up, because again, point slope form, I'm in point slope form. So that's easy. I'm not distributing because it didn't tell me to write it in the other format. Again, I'm only going to do those steps if it tells me to write it in slope intercept form. If it doesn't say slope intercept form, I don't have to do the distribution step. All right. So what if it gives me a graph instead of just the information? All right, well, what information do I need? I need a point and I need a slope. Do I have a point? Yeah, I got 2 of them. That's easy enough. Do I have a slope? Sure. Count. If it gives you the graph, you can just count what the slope's going to be. Oh, this is down 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's down 4, right 2. So the slope is down 4, right 2. So the slope is -2. All right. Now I need a point. I've got 2 of them. You could pick either one. And this one's telling me slope intercept form. So here we go. Start by writing the general form every time. Now I do my substitution. Which points do you want to use? It doesn't matter. You'll get the same answer either way. I would avoid the negatives if you can. Okay, so I've got y minus 2. The slope is -2. X minus 1. So again, I did my substitution. I chose this point. I put my y in here. I put my -2 in for my slope. I put my 1 in here. All right? And the directions say slope intercept form. So if it says slope intercept form, I've got to do those 2 steps to get it back into slope intercept form. Distribute first. Now get y by itself. So now I have my answer in slope intercept form. All right. I found the slope by counting. I picked a point to do the substitution, and then did the 2 steps to get it in slope intercept form. Let's take a look at one more type of problem. Sorry, accidentally deleted this slide a little second ago. So, one more type of problem, okay? What if I don't give you a graph, I just give you the 2 points? How could you find the slope? Because remember, I still need a slope and a point. If I don't give you the actual picture where you can't count, how are you going to find the slope? You have the slope equation. All right, The second one minus the first one, the second one minus the first one. If you did not know that, write it down. So, second y minus the first one, second x minus the first one. That is my slope. So now we finished the problem, and it tells me slope intercept, so I got a little work to do. I plug it in just like normal. All right. Plug in the points. It doesn't matter which one you want to use. You'll get the same answer either way. Y, I'm going to go with the first point, minus 4. The slope, I figured out. First x. So now they told me slope-intercept form. So remember, I got to do the work to get it in slope-intercept form. Distribute. Add 4 to both sides to get y by itself. All right, while this is up here, I'll take a second to remind you, none of this is going to be on your homework. Don't freak out. You won't have any of that on there. Don't worry about that. All right? So, take your time. Good luck.